There's two things I feel really passionately about, so I'll just touch on them now. One is rehearsals, and the other is the relationship between the writer and the actor. Writer and actor, when do they ever meet? Usually never. So that's something that I'd really like to get you to think about, whether it's appropriate for you, for your project, but it's something that I feel really passionately about. Often when you are doing your negotiation process, it's like, okay, we're going to have 2 weeks of rehearsals, and you're going, yoo-hoo, great. Every director has the best intentions, and then you know, initially the approach to rehearsals is akin to something like Mike Lee, and then by the time you get to pre-production, it's suddenly home and away. Script meetings, production meetings, casting sessions, location recce's, camera tests, all take precedent eventually. But also there is a natural ambivalence that takes hold, or God forbid, even a fear that takes over with regard to rehearsals. So I think rehearsals sometimes aren't a process that bring forth tangible results, and in our budgetary-dominated medium, it often does get pushed to the side, and I just want to make a plea for rehearsals because I think they're just incredibly invaluable. What are rehearsals? In my mind, firstly, and this is my personal gripe, they are not the place to start rewriting the script. It's happened so much to me as an actor. You get this precious time and suddenly you realise, the director realises that the structure's not working. That said, everyone, I think, feels trepidation towards rehearsals. They have this aura of the esoteric. They can be arduous and amorphous and frustrating, and sometimes it feels like nothing is being achieved. But I really believe it's a great place to start off the subconscious thinking. It gets ideas bubbling, and it's a really invaluable process of development. I think of it personally as a place where I get to do all my worst acting. And I said that to a director once, and he said, oh, good, yeah, that's the place where I want to do all my worst directing. And that's what it's there for. You have fun, relax, allow yourself the possibility of being humiliated. It's the chance for the director to take their hands off the reins of the script and to muck around. But even if all you get out of it is making a fool of yourself, then I think you've possibly achieved the highest result, because now the worst possible scenario has happened, it wasn't that bad, and you can trust each other. And also rehearsals are really important in the low budget world, because if you can recognise problems before you get onto a set, then you've got a better chance of solving them in a creative and exciting way, and that is true to the original concept of the script. But what I'd really like to get everyone thinking about is the importance of the writer in connection with performance, and how interlinked that writing is with the actor's performance. And what I've become more and more aware of, it really does feel to me that the writers and the actors, two very creative people, are quarantined from each other. Potentially what you could do is think about putting aside 4 to 5 hours, or whatever you've got, for the actors to meet, or actor, whoever you think's appropriate, to be with the writer and with the director present, and go through that script scene by scene. You can't even predict what the actor is going to get from it, but I guarantee they will get so much stuff, even if it is simply respect for that writing process and the real thought that writer has put into that line. Because under the anxiety of performance, it is, I mean, if you could bug green rooms around the country, you know, so often actors are there going, you know, if you've actually discussed that with the writer and they've said, well, this is inspired by something my brother did when he was really anxious, and you know, you just get, you get the texture. For me as an actor, when I got into the writer's room, it was just like, oh my God, this is the Holy Grail. It felt like I was cheating. I got to hurdle over so many, you know, you got this much time to develop a character, and often you'd spend this much time being doubtful and insecure and anxious about the choices you were going to make, or the ideas you had about the script, or about particular dialogue or words, and you just got to completely bypass all of that. and get a whole lot of new ideas that you could play around with. And I just think that if the communication of ideas is kept pure, and if you don't lose possibly that generation, you've just got the chances of being more faithful to those original ideas, which I'm being presumptuous about the fact that those ideas are precious and you do want to maintain them. And I don't think actors and writers meeting up would in any way dilute the role of the director either. I think, you know, as long as you go into those meetings, everyone understands that it is the director's film. It only gives the director a bigger pool of ideas to pick and choose from.